Ruxana was a 43-year-old woman who lived in a quiet neighborhood on the edge of the city. Her life was simple. She spent her days managing the household, looking after her plants, and writing in her personal diary. Widowed at a young age, she had raised her daughter alone and taken pride in living an honest, dignified life. On one ordinary afternoon, as she prepared tea, the doorbell rang. She wasn't expecting anyone. Her daughter was at university, and no one usually visited during that hour. Curious, she opened the door. Standing outside was a delivery boy, around 19 or 20 years old, tall, polite, carrying a medium-sized box. He said, "Madam, parcel for you." Ruxana frowned slightly. "But I didn't order anything." The boy checked his phone and replied, "This is your address. It's prepaid. Please sign here." Confused but cautious, she accepted the parcel. The box had no sender's name, only her address. As she signed, she noticed the boy kept glancing at her face, as if trying to recognize her. She felt uneasy. After thanking him, she closed the door quickly. Inside, she placed the box on the table. Her hands trembled slightly. Who would send her something anonymously? She slowly opened the parcel. Inside was a stack of old letters tied with a ribbon, and on top of them, a faded photograph of a young couple holding a baby. She gasped. The woman in the picture was herself, 22 years younger, holding her daughter as an infant. But the man beside her was not her late husband. Her heart pounded. What is this? Who sent this? She picked up the first letter. The handwriting was familiar yet strange. It began, "Ruxana, I don't know if you will ever forgive me. By the time you read this, I may no longer be alive. But the truth must reach you." Her knees weakened. She sat down, clutching the letter. The words hinted at a past she had buried, a truth she never wanted to revisit. That moment, the doorbell rang again. Startled, she rushed to the door. The same delivery boy stood there. "Madam, I'm sorry to disturb you again," he said nervously, "but I need to ask something. Did you open the parcel?" Her throat went dry. "Why do you ask?" The boy hesitated. "'Cause that parcel was meant for you. My grandfather asked me to deliver it to this house. He said you were the only one who deserved to know the truth." Her mind raced. "Your grandfather?" The boy nodded. "Yes. His name was Samir." The name struck her like lightning. Samir, her first love, the man she once wanted to marry before life had separated them forever. She thought he had left the city, disappeared into the unknown. Now, decades later, his grandson stood at her door with letters carrying secrets from the past. She felt her world collapse. She invited the boy inside. Over tea, he explained. "My grandfather was ill for a long time. Before he passed away last month, he gave me this box. He told me, deliver this to Ruxana. She lives at this address. She must know the truth about the past." Tears welled in her eyes. She opened more letters. They revealed Samir's story, how he had been forced to leave her due to family opposition, how he had tried to contact her but failed, how he had secretly followed her life from a distance, happy that she eventually found stability. He never wanted to disrupt her marriage or her peace, so he remained silent. But before his death, he wanted her to know she had always been his only love. Ruxana wept silently. Memories came flooding back. She remembered Samir's laughter, his promises, the dreams they once shared. She had moved on long ago, but the scars of separation had remained hidden in her heart. The boy looked at her with sympathy. "Madam, he wanted you to forgive him. He said he never stopped praying for your happiness." Her chest ached with emotion she couldn't name. She looked at the boy again, his eyes, his manner, and for a moment she saw Samir's reflection in him. She gently placed a hand on the boy's shoulder. "Your grandfather was a good man. Life separated us, but I never hated him. If anything, I'm grateful that he thought of me even in his last days." The boy smiled faintly. He will be at peace knowing that. Over the next few days, Ruxana read every letter carefully. They were not just confessions but life lessons about love, sacrifice, regret, and forgiveness. She realized the letters were not meant to reopen old wounds but to heal them. Gradually, she felt lighter. For years, she had carried unanswered questions. Now, even though painful, she had closure. One evening, as the sun set, she stood by the window holding the final letter. It ended with the words, "If destiny had been kinder, we might have lived together. But even in separation, I carried your memory till my last breath. May you live the rest of your life with peace and strength." Ruxana closed her eyes, whispering a prayer for Samir's soul. The delivery boy, his grandson, visited occasionally after that, not as a stranger but as a reminder that love, though lost, had left behind kindness and connection. Her daughter eventually met him too, and they shared stories of the past, realizing how strangely life ties people together. Ruxana understood something profound. Sometimes life hides truths not to hurt us, but to protect us until we are strong enough to face them. And when the truth finally arrives, even in a simple box delivered by a young boy, it brings healing, not destruction. The day she received that unexpected delivery, she thought her life was being shaken apart. But in truth, it was destiny's way of giving her closure, peace, and the courage to embrace the future without regret. And so she lived the rest of her life with a heart no longer burdened by what-ifs, but comforted by the knowledge that love, in its purest form, never truly dies.